This theory is not made by me. I found it on Google and I thought it was really, really cool. So please enjoy the video and stay awesome.
Oh yeah.
Welcome to WWW Wario.
Hello people, this is WWW Wario. Welcome back to a new game speculation episode, where we are gonna continue to speculate around video games, and this time, once again, The Legend of Zelda. Yes, I'm talking a lot about this series, but that is for a good reason. This series, or this franchise, is good. There's a lot of mysteries surrounding The Legend of Zelda, both when it comes to characters, locations, and more. And when I'm pointing toward in this episode is one specific character, the Fierce Deity. So, I guess, spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't played the original game and plan to play the remake that will come out soon, that I'm really looking forward to. So yeah, spoiler alert. The Fierce Deity is a mysterious character that appears in the end of Majora's Mask. It appears inside of the Fierce Deity's mask, so the Fierce Deity's spirit is obviously contained within the Fierce Deity mask. And the thing is, the mask is actually completely optional to get. It is actually not very easy at all to obtain, because it is kind of a reward of all the side quests you've done previously in the game. And the mask itself is truly powerful. It takes form of a being that looks a lot like Link. It looks like an adult Link with white hair, a big badass sword, I guess, and some marking in his face and some white clothes and so on, and it looks a lot like Link. But who is the Fierce Deity? What do we know about the Fierce Deity? That is the question. The Fierce Deity is one of the most interesting characters within Zelda, because of his badass personality and the mysterious surrounding him because we don't really know much about him. Well, to get the evidence that we already have, we have to turn to the Majora's Mask manga. Here we get to know that the Fierce Deity is some kind of god, and that he was actually the one who defeated Majora originally. Originally, Majora was some kind of dragon beast, and many people died in the attempt of getting to Majora. But one day the Fierce Deity came along. He started to play a song that made Majora dance for 3 days and 3 nights before eventually dying. Which also explains why Majora is dancing on the final boss battle. Bet you didn't know that, huh? Anyways, after the beast had died, the Fierce Deity cut out its skin and used it to make Majora's mask, hoping to seal Majora's dark powers. So we know that Majora is a bad guy and that the Fierce Deity is a good guy, some kind of godlike being that once walked on Earth. But what more do we really know about this guy? Actually, we don't really know nothing. So this is where the theory comes into place. We have to look at Link, Zelda and Ganondorf to actually understand what is going on, or to help understand how this theory works. Ask yourself this question. Why does Link, Zelda and Ganondorf keep being reborn through generations? Why does these three people have a part each of the Triforce? Why are these three people so special? Is Ganondorf just a evil man? Is Zelda just like a princess of Hyrule? Or that's good enough, I guess. And is Link just some kind of brave hero? No, it's more than that, obviously. Zelda is obviously a reincarnation of the goddess Hylia. So Zelda is a reincarnation of a god. And what about Ganondorf? Well, as you obviously know, he is a reincarnation of Demise, the original Demon King from Skyward Sword. And Demon King or gods, yeah, those things are like overpowered, we can say, so I guess we can count them as the same. So Ganondorf, he is a reincarnation of Demise. Zelda is a reincarnation of Hylia, which means that their blood and their spirit contains to being reborn. And that is the reason why they hold a part of the Triforce each. I'm guessing Hylia chose to hold one, and then obviously pass it down in generations through their next Zelda, really. And as of Demise, I'm sure that he somehow manages to snap a piece of the Triforce himself, being a demon and everything, which obviously are kind of fighting against the gods, you know? But then what about Link? What is special about this guy? He's just a normal boy who somehow was chosen by the gods. But why? Why was Link, out of all people, chosen by the gods? I mean, look at Skyward Sword. He was just sleeping in his bed and he was like dreaming at night that Fi, or Fi, however you pronounce her name, said to Link in his dreams that it was time for him to awaken. And in Ocarina of Time, he's just a kid. He's just a kid. Why does he, out of everyone, get chosen to be the land's hero, really? Why is he chosen to hold one piece of the legendary Triforce? Well, this is where the Fierce Deity comes into place. I present the idea of the Fierce Deity being the original Link. The Link that lived even before the time of Skyward Sword. The Fierce Deity was a god, and so was Demise and Hylia. So why cannot it be that Link is in fact a reincarnation of the Fierce Deity, and therefore holds Fierce Deity's blood and spirit throughout all the games? Link is the Fierce Deity. The Fierce Deity is the reason why Link has the Triforce. The Fierce Deity is the reason why Link was chosen by the gods, because he is a reincarnation of the Fierce Deity. Not only do they look similar, but thinking about it, it also makes sense. And that can be the very reason why the Fierce Deity has a Triforce symbol on his chest plate, because he owned one of the Triforce pieces, in this case the Triforce of Courage, and is also the reason why Link holds the Triforce of Courage. But if Zelda's origin is Hylia, Ganondorf's origin is Demise, and Link's origin is the Fierce Deity, all three of them being gods, what happened to the Fierce Deity? Well, I think, or more precisely the theory thinks, that the Fierce Deity, obviously being a good guy, searched to fight evil, and the Fierce Deity was in fact the one that first sealed Demise, the first one that sealed the Demon King. Because remember, in the early stages, or in the first stages of Skyward Sword, Demise is already sealed by apparently Hylia. But how can we know that Hylia was actually the one who did this? Maybe Hylia, once upon a time, a long time ago, got help from the Fierce Deity, or the Fierce Deity was in fact the one who sealed Demise. That can be the case, because obviously the Fierce Deity's, we could say, job or mission is to defeat evil, really. But then, late in Skyward Sword, Link travels back in time to defeat Demise all the way back before he was sealed. And that changes the whole history, really. So when the Fierce Deity came along, Demise was already sealed. Demise was not there anymore. And the Fierce Deity, well, he probably started to wander around, wondering what to do and what his purpose was. He didn't have really anything to do. He had regrets of him not being able to fulfill his destiny. And where does souls go that regret something? Obviously, Termina. Termina, the land where Link travels to in Majora's Mask. This place is so filled with symbolism, as you probably already know, and also happens to be the place where the Fierce Deity mask is located. It is believed that the Fierce Deity then went to Termina to regret everything, to heal his soul of not being able to defeat Demise himself, not being able to defeat evil, really. And then maybe he stumbled upon the Happy Mask Salesman, if he lived back then, maybe. Or that he somehow, in another way, learned the Song of Healing. And if he met this Happy Mask Salesman back then, he was probably the one who taught the Fierce Deity the Song of Healing, but he probably learned it in some way, and that way the Fierce Deity was able to heal his soul, and therefore contain his soul within a mask, the Fierce Deity mask, located now in Termina. And it would lay there all the way into the future, I guess, when Link one day came along, and yeah, he got the Fierce Deity mask. I believe that the Fierce Deity is the first Link, the original Link, the god that Link is a reincarnation of. The very reason that Link keeps being reincarnated or reborn through generations, just like Ganondorf and Zelda. I mean, did the gods just pick out just one random guy to be the god's chosen hero? I guess they could find maybe one braver or stronger or bigger than Link himself, so they had to have a reason to choose him in the first place. And I believe the Fierce Deity is in fact that reason. That Link is in fact a reincarnation of the Fierce Deity. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed this theory, make sure to drop a like rating on this video, and you can also go in the description and follow me on Instagram or Twitter if you want to. And also click the subscribe button if you want to stay up to date with all the videos that I upload. And guys, again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all on my next video.